Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Um, so really quick, just getting into it. It's April 6th, and the series still continue for the month of April. So quick update on yesterday. I did trade yesterday. End up pretty much having a break even day yesterday. Um, the first trade I took was for a loss, $300 loss. The second trade I took, I won that one. So it's yesterday was just a wash, a break even day. Um, I'm I wasn't planning to upload that content. One, it was no commentary on it. It was just a straight recording without me really talking on it. I was able to capture the first trade where I lost that one, um, and that was a trade in the area where I talked about on my second video for this series, where we were at the session lows and reasons why I don't like taking trades in those low areas. Um, so I was able to capture that, um, but then on the second trade, I was only able to record about 50% of that trade because I had to leave out, so I stopped the recording, but I left the trade on because my stop loss and my take profit was on. Both trades were trades to the downside. The initial trade, my entry was at 41.15. On the second trade, um, I believe the entry was 41.1575, and market just opened. I could scroll back here so you guys can see, for full transparency. This is yesterday, right? So my first entry was at 41.15, and I got stopped out of this trade on this candle up in here. So my entry was down here. We see this little purple arrow, right? And then my stop was 41.21 up in this level here. Then I re-entered because I thought we were going to get the breakdown here, but we pulled back, pushed up a little bit. All right. And then now we right here, we got the follow through. So as we came back down, I got in at 41.1575, right in here, a little bit higher than my initial entry, and got out down here, 41.0975. Right. So these were my two trades yesterday. As you can see, lost the first one, won the second one. So for this series so far for this week, we're still up 300 bucks. Let me just flip back, come back to today. So today price, um, right now, things are starting to point down. We're making new lows, obviously. So, I'm not really looking to take any trades down here. Maybe a potential bounce off the low back to the upside, yes. But this is where it got sticky for me yesterday. I do like the continuation down, though. But we'll wait. It's still early. It's 9:34 right now. So we'll keep an eye on the market. We'll keep an eye on how price is developing. I think the only data that dropped today was unemployment. I want to say around like 8:30, something like that. And then I think we got natural gas dropping like 10 or 10:30 today. But that's a yellow folder, so it shouldn't have a super big impact on price. So let's just keep an eye on things and see how price and the market develops today, y'all. Definitely looking to post today, recording, so I'll do a lot more commentary on it so that way I can upload it. All right, now So I'm going to draw out an exhaustion level that we had on this candle here at 9:04. Someone had asked me in one of the videos, how do I identify or how do I draw the levels? Um, so I'll take a second while we wait for price to develop to identify here. So basically what I'm looking at, um, either at the bottom of the candle or the top of the candle, two or more zeros at the bottom, stacked on each other, two or more zeros. Sometime I would extend that to 0 to 10, right? So like here we got two zeros stacked on top of each other. So I will identify this as an exhaustion level, um, where buyers can potentially come in to move the market back up. Um, but the only thing is with this exhaustion level, we had a lot of buying as well. So I'm just gonna mark this and see how price behave once it comes back to it. If it's gonna have a rejection or if it's gonna have a continuation. So I'm gonna mark this zone today as a neutral exhaustion zone just to see how price behaves um, off of it. But that's normally how I identify my exhaustion zones. Do the same thing for the sell side, like up here, right? You could mark this as an exhaustion zone. You got 0 and 1, right? Price never got back here. Okay, so gonna mark this one for buyers and see how price behaves if it gets back here. And all I do is go to right click on Ninja, the chart, go to drawing tools, right click, go to drawing tools, and right here. And then I try to get as close as possible to the bottom of the candle. Click in and just highlight those two. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Normally I would fill in this middle with green, so say hey buyers, or red to say hey sellers. But yesterday when we had exhaustion with heavy buy-in, this is this heavy purple color here at the bottom. Um, we had a continuation to the downside. So I'm trying to yesterday kind of give me a little inkling of looking at the exhaustion levels a little bit different. So we still gonna identify them, but I want to start more tracking if we have exhaustion with heavy buying or exhaustion with heavy selling. How does price react with that combination versus just exhaustion with, you know, like in this, like in the sense of here. Here we had exhaustion with a little bit buying, but with these two prints to the top, it's just normal, right? So we'll keep an eye on it. And keep an eye on price as price develops. So we can see we got some buyers stepping up down here at 49, 40.98, 40.97 level. We got sellers, buyers stepping up in this little area. They're trying, but look like they can't get above this POC of 4,100. So we'll keep an eye on things and wait for the best setup. Everything right now is pointing down. We got the cross up here. We got momentum being down. We had this oscillator pointing negative. So everything right now is is legit pointing down. But again, we're down in these session lows. This little red line with the dashes. These are this represents where the session low is. So you can see overnight baseline. Then we started making new lows. So they're trying to make they definitely made new lows on this candle already. But it looks like it might not get any lower. Um, Buyers are stepping up in this area, trying to push price back up. So we'll be patient and see how this plays out. Um, at what point we're gonna take either a long trade or a short trade. But this is where I got caught on my first trade yesterday, where I took a short when we were making new lows and price did this boomerang back to the upside, stopped me out, and then came down for the second win, um, and actually broke down at that point. So definitely not looking for a repeat of yesterday. So just gonna be patient and just gonna wait. It's still early. It's 9:48. The market was open at 9:30, so we still have time. I'm probably gonna trade today up until about like 11 today. So let's see. Let's see what how markets the price and the market develops. Just for a quick update, as you can see, price is still struggling down here, but I mentally I mentally took a trade at 4,100, looking for price to get back obviously to 4106, 4107 area. So sometimes I don't if I'm hesitating to take a trade, I would just take it mentally to see how it would have worked out. So mentally, I'd put a trade on at 4,100. So my target, I think, would be, let's see, 4,100. Yeah, one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, 6 points would be at 4106. So target, my mental target would be at 4106. If price gets here and break above it, then we would have won the mental trade. Or if it breaks down, then we would have lost the mental trade. So it's a good way of also gauging yourself as well. If you're a little shaky on putting on a trade, just take it mentally. Like write it down on your notepad. Like, hey, this is a trade I wanted to take, but I didn't take it. I'm gonna take it mentally and see how it plays out. But price is definitely struggling down here. When price decides to move, when it finally moves, it's gonna move very swift out of this little area that we're struggling in. So far, the only thing I've able to identify, I got an exhaustion level here. We had a nice push down off the open. Price is currently looking like it wants to get back up to the upside. I took a mental trade at 4,100, and that trade would have worked out there. All right, so how quick it snapped on this current candle. So this 4,100 trade would have definitely worked out. So nice, there we go. So I'll take that mental win for today. What I would like to see is take a trade on the reversal back down to the downside. So I'm looking to see if we're gonna break above 4110 and hold, or if we're gonna potentially get to 41.10 and come back down. So that's where I want to get short somewhere up in here. All right, let's see how price responds in this area. I want to take the short here, but I think I'll need to see this fail first, because we could potentially have a continuation. But I think this is a decent reversal point. Yeah, 41.09, 41.08. I think it's a good spot to go short, but I don't really have any other confirmation besides this exhaustion. And I want to see how this plays out. I don't want to rush and take a trade, right? This was decent move up. But this is where we identified earlier that we would want to take a short up in here. So keep an eye on 41. I'm gonna keep an eye on 41.05, right above this POC. So if we can't break it, they're giving me vibes to go short here, but I would have liked to have some more confirmation um, to go short. To be honest, yeah. Yeah, I want some more confirmation before I take this short trade. So I'll wait. Um, I'm just gonna have to be patient, man. I think I just want to get a. I'm getting that urge of trying to take a trade. So I have to turn up my patience even more right now. I mean, everything is pointing down. I like us getting back down, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how high we can potentially get here. If we fail to break above this 41.10, yes, I'll take the short. If we get above 41.10 and hold, think I'll take a long, but looking for confirmation, looking for some extra confirmation to help with that trade. So just gonna stay patient here, man. This game is about patience. If you bring your patience, you're gonna find your consistency, and that's what this series really is about. It's not about the dollar amount. It's about me finding that consistency. All right, so we got above 41.10, this level we had drawn out here. So let's see if we're gonna stay above it. I mean, obviously earlier we had a lot of selling going on up in here, so they can easily run this thing back down. But we had a lot of buyers stepped up in this candle. We had some selling balances. And one, two, three. We had three stacked selling balance. All right, y'all. So we called that we want to take a short between 41.09, 41.08. So price came back. Price is slowly coming back down. So I'm just not gonna keep second guessing myself. I'm just put the trade on. Um, I like the level, so we'll take it all the way down to 102 and see how this plays out. So let's see how this one goes. All right, y'all. So we still sitting in this one. They got a lot of buyers stepping up here again. Um, Look like they're gonna potentially get it, but let's see. So let's see what buyers and sellers do. Sellers need to step up and get this move back down. So we're keeping an eye on it. If we keep struggling here, I might just end up moving my stop down to break even once we come down a little bit more. Or I might just let it rock out. So, but when we start getting this slow movement, it's more like it's more gonna be like prices building to move back up. So if we dip back down below 41.08 and really starting to hold a little bit, but it's making this jerk like it wants to tilt the scale back to the upside, I'll move my stop to break even regardless and just kind of see how things go. But I like this back to the downside. I said it earlier. Price came back. We got in before it closed. As you can see, we retested this level here, and we're not getting above it. as of right now. So that makes me like it even more. POC is in line with this guy. So let's wait for the move down, man. Let's wait for the move down. And like I always say, these are the trades that I really don't like to be in. I don't like to be in trades this long. I like to be quick trades, but the market is the market. Not every day, or you might go through periods where price action just moves different. It takes longer to get to your target, so you might have to consider readjusting your targets. Um, for it to play how you would traditionally like to see it play. But this is where I really want to just move my stop down because I feel like it's too much buying going on in this level for my comfortability right now. That we're not breaking any lower. We just coming here and moving up, coming here and moving up. But I don't want to shake myself out of this trade too early. So it's the a little extra risk I'm gonna take. I already took the risk of knowing that it'll be 6 points loss, 6 points win. So we're gonna let this one just go all the way. Once price gets to 4 points in, which I want to say is 4104, it's gonna lock in 2 ticks, and then we'll see what it do at that point going forward. So let's just wait and be patient. We're in the trade, and we're gonna let it play out. They clearly keep retesting this level, so if we break above it, I think we're gonna continue going up. If we get above this zone here that I have marked out, I think we're gonna have that continuation up. So I'm looking for them to really fail here. They're in this zone right now, but I need them to fail and fail quickly. Look like they're gonna try and retest the 4110 level. I mean, how many times they're gonna retest it before they just give up and roll over? That's what I'm asking myself right now. Sellers are stepping up. Sellers are definitely acting like they're stepping up here. Not even gonna front. Sellers are definitely showing, but right now they're getting rejected at this 41.10. So if they get above it, they're back here. If they break above it, then they're gonna move this thing up, and we're gonna lose this trade here. Sellers are stepping up, y'all. All right, so buyers are stepping up, and they look like they got it. Yep, buyers got it. So this was just a small pullback for a continuation to the upside, clearly. So let's see. We're still in the trade. We haven't got shaken out yet. Although buyers are stepping up, buyers definitely saying, "Hey, we got this." So we'll keep an eye on things. All right, look like they're struggling to get above 41.11. That's POC right here in the previous candle. So we need the sellers to step up and bring this thing back down. All right, buyers are definitely in play now, y'all. All right, they're giving us an opportunity to get to break even here, or sellers back in, right? And gonna really rip this thing back now to the downside. What is it? That's what I'm asking myself here, because now we got an opportunity. We can move our buy stop at least to 41.08, which is a break even, um, or we let this thing rock out. But I like to go with what I initially say, and that's just to let it rock out. We're either going to win this thing or we're going to lose this thing. See, buyers step back up real quick. So is this a liquidity grab, or is this a true move down here? Maybe they came back to pick up some more folks down here and have a quick flush to the upside. Come on, sellers, show your hand. We're bouncing off this 1 hour support. So have there? This one is dicey. We got a fair value gap on the 20 minute, which is definitely holding this thing up. But on the 5 minutes, we definitely got room and space to fall. We just need the sellers to really step up and make it happen, y'all. Because as long as I've been in this trade, I'm about ready to get moved to break even. I'm leading these trades this long gets me shaky and dicey. Not even gonna front. Trading is not Trading is easy, but it's not easy. It's very, very mentally draining. Okay, so understand some people just got it and they make it look like it's so easy, but I think it gets easy with more time you put in. More time, more effort you put into it makes it, you know, easier. All right, let's see what price do here. Yeah, look like buyer's trying to step up, y'all. Buyer's not going down without a fight. I could tell you that. They not going down without a fight. Fair value gap shrunk a little bit on the 20 minute. This is a hell of a long trade. If we can't get above 41.05, man, like if we can't get below 41.05, I just feel like it's time to come down to break even. Watch them retest 41.05 again. I want to see price push through 41.05. Okay, so we're at 41.05. All right, now let's get a quick follow through here to the downside. We've been waiting on it. Some days it's like this, y'all. All right, we just locked in 2 ticks. So regardless of what price do now, we would have a winner on the day, right? Um, we just need price to go get down by like one more point, then we'll be out of this thing. But as of right now, we locked in 2 ticks. Um, but I'd like to see a quicker follow through. But we still got a fair value gap here on the 20 minutes. So we still need sellers to step up and push a little harder to get us out of here. All right, let's go. So every time I get to this point, so before I started, there we go. There we go. Lord. It's it's different. It's one thing to be in a very quick trade, couple seconds. It's another thing when you're in a trade for a good couple minutes. I don't even really can't even time how long we were in that trade, but we're definitely thankful for that fill to get us out of that trade because that was a long one. And my stopping point today really was at 11. So see if I get one more trade in between now and 11. Um, but I'm gonna take a quick pause here, stretch my leg. I'm not going too far from my computer, and I'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna keep the recording going, just so you know. All right, so I'm gonna call it a day. It is 10:58. All right, it's 10:58. I'm not gonna take another trade. Um, we got one trade in today, which was a successful trade, as you can see right here. We made 300 today. All right. Um, the trade we took today, we got it at 41.08, and our target was 41.02, which worked out. Um, but if you got to this point of the video, you understood the struggle. This wasn't like a clean breakdown, right? This was, we got in here, price moved down, but price really sat on this candle forever before we had a continuation down here. Okay, so this was a long trade. This wasn't a trade. This wasn't those kind of trade where like we're in and out quick. Um, it was a lot of times that I really questioned about just moving my stop to break even, which would be moving my stop. Can't remember what it was. I think it's probably like at 41.14 or something like that, or a little bit higher. But I was really considering just moving my stop down to 41.08. Many times once we got below 41.08, but if I had did that, we would have got shooken out of the trade, super quick. And we probably would have not gotten any trade in any wins in for the day, because it would have been a break even trade. So I'm happy we found the courage and the faith to just sit in it and let it play out to either side. And it played out in our favor today, and we won it. Price looked like it's going to try and continue to move down, but it's actually 11 o'clock on the nose right now, and I said I was going to stop trading at 11 today. I have other things to do, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to stop trading here. That's it for the day, y'all. Right? We've been in a downtrend. We had a nice little recovery. Remember, we took a mental trade to the upside. We would have gotten in at 4100. Target would have been 4106, and that worked out. This was actually a pretty easy trade. You're gonna see it. Price moved nicely. It didn't struggle like the trade we actually took. Price struggled like hell to work out. So I'm gonna call it. I did a recap earlier in this video about yesterday, basically stating that yesterday, April 5th, that was a wash day. I lost the first trade, won the second trade. I don't really plan to post that video because it was no commentary. It was just me just recorded the screen. I was doing other things in the background. I was able to capture the full trade on the first video. I was able to capture the first trade on the recording, and only able to capture about 50% of the second trade that actually worked out. So if anything, I might just post a little snippet of the first trade, create a short around that, because I took that trade in the session lows, where I typically don't like taking those kind of trades. So I might create a short on that later this week. But as of right now, yeah, I'm going to call it a day, y'all. I'm going to stop rambling here. So I am thankful for the green on the day. We made 300. So that's that. Stay blessed and hang with the best. All right. I do like price above 41.10 though for the road. But I'm not gonna trade it. So I'm stopping this recording, man. Y'all stay blessed and hang with the best. We'll be back tomorrow with another video and more good content. So if you appreciate what you're seeing so far, please like, please subscribe, please share. All right.